Hello guys, welcome back to the 21st episode of how to make a game like anime tower defense or just a tower defense game in general. So in today's episode, we are going to make the queuing or waiting system, pretty much the matchmaking. And yeah, that's what we are going to do today. So in the last episode we did the view thing. So view now works, and yeah, so now we are going to make the lobby. So in my Discord server, which is linked in the description down below, you can find this model, which I'm just on right now. Here we go. Okay, so this is thought for a Dead Rails type game, but since I made it already, we will just configure it because it's just faster. So for the create party, we want to drag this in the start GUI. The zones, we want to drag it into the workspace. The libraries and server client communication, we want to drag into storage. And the lobby server in the subscript service, and the client zones in the startup player scripts. We can delete the folder. Okay, so now we want to open. We just also close every script I have open. So first of all, I can show you what we have right now. So right now we have this here. We go in, select players, and we start. But we want a map selection now. So we want to be able to select the size of our party. And also what we want to do is we want to select all and scroll down and enable this. And now we want to make a map selection pretty much and a game mode selection. So this is what we want to do. So let's get going with the UI. Or actually, let's first of all go to the lobby server and go down so you see the state. And then what we want to do is we want to say the world is equal to nil. Set the page is equal to nil. And we want to set the mode is equal to normal. And yeah. Then let's go ahead and change the UI. So I want to make the frame visible. And I'm gonna get rid of the title. I'm gonna drag the players thing. I'm gonna just drag it more up. So I'm gonna put this all at only at 3 1, put this 1 to 1. Just like 1 maybe, or 0 5. 0 5 is good. 5 2 0 5 5 I said. And then players is going to actually a bit lower, like 0 7 0 8. Good. 8 and 0 8. And then the players is 5. Or actually here, like this. So this is the max players, and now we want to have the mode select. And this mode selection we can either put on the side here, or we could also just put it below here. So what we can do is we can go ahead and do a scrolling frame on the left side. Just a scrolling frame here. here. This will then be the worlds. Then on the right here, we display the stages. Then here you can select like nightmare, normal, that stuff. Let me actually shift the players to the left a bit. So let me make this, let me get this over by like 400. That's too much. Just one, not much, and 300. And down by 300. Cool. Okay. I'm going to duplicate this, drag this up here, and put it out of here, and then folder. I'm going to call this the nodes. I'm going to do, and I'm going to, and now we got this going from here, changed, and then I'm gonna background transparent, and I'm gonna make falling frame. And then I'm going to add a UI list layout in there, or actually a UI grid layout. And I'm going to make the size, so automatic canvas size. I'm going to Y, and I'm going to make the scrolling direction too. And yeah, then I'm going to add a template. So text button that's acting as the template. But actually, we want to add a frame. So I'm going to frame, and in UI layout, I'm going to 1 or 0.95, and then 0.1, or actually 0.25. So big space here, slightly big. This for the world pages. Actually a bit lower, maybe like 2.2. I think this is good. I want to round off the edges with a UI corner. Inside the template, of course. Enough. And then I'm gonna name the template. Okay. And then I'm going to insert an image label and make it the size 1.1 and background 1 and the image. Rid of for right now called img, and I'm gonna get text label, size it here, background transparency to 1. I'm gonna scale, select font, bold, and bold name, and I'm gonna make scales. I'm gonna insert a UI text size constraint, 50, 30, left bounds. I'm gonna get this a bit more first, like this, and make text bounds. And now it's very good looking. I'm gonna make the color white. Insert a UI stroke, thickness of 5. I'm gonna name this to aim. Correct this. And now I'm gonna make another label. I'm just going to on here, make it a bit smaller, and change this to completed. And this will display like 1 out of 6 completed, or just completed, and change to 0 out of 6 completed, and make the text size 30. This, and then I'm also gonna have a new label, which is going on the other side here. And this will be the index. So this in this case will be when I down it to just like this. And this text size or color we can darker, so important. And yeah, for the 0 out of 3, I'm going to make this into a nice green color. This. And yeah, so this is how our template looks. And okay, we actually want to make this a button, so we want to make a text button and change this name to templates, and then make the text to nothing, and then just get all our stuff and delete the template, and it looks thick. Now we can click on it. And this is for the worlds. And now we want to duplicate this and push it over for the other thing we have to do. So the stages. And for the stages, we want to modify the template to be a bit thinner. So I think 1.5 is good. And then what we want to get horizontal alignment to center. And here too, we'll get this center. Well, actually, this we can keep at left because it looks better, but this at center is way better. Now we want to remove the completed, and I want to remove the completed, and the name you just want to scale in the middle, index you also middle. So we have something like this. Let me just make this too. One, and then you put it 5 here, then 0.5 here, so it's in. And now I'm going to change the size. So I'm going to delete the image. I'm going to change the size to, or the color actually. So we can change the color based on the world. And so I'm going to keep this at. We have the max players, we have the modes now. So we can just copy the stuff over, duplicate it and put it here. Then just drag this stuff. I'm gonna just use the original positions plus 300. Actually, that's way too less. It's 800 or 700 actually. I think 700 is good, but I'm gonna get to 800 anyways because we need a lot of space. This one I'm gonna get at 600 or 500 maybe, and then I'm gonna get current players and put this at 100 up, and I'm gonna get modes and then current mode, and then next and previous. And yeah, I'm gonna actually scale those down a tiny bit, like this. Now for the current mode, I'm going to just put normal there. And now we have pretty much everything. We have the players, the mode, the worlds, and stages, and the top button. So let's make the templates invisible. And let's also make the frame invisible. And let's get going with the rest. So let's get in the libraries. We want to get a new module script. And this is going to be the world underscore data. And what we want to do is we want to do some stuff. Let me just open up my other file, because I always forget how to set something up like this. Seconds. Where do I? Okay, just these. Okay. Hope it's in here. I'll put it. Okay. Actually, sorry, but this is urgent. Load it now. Script. Open. So perfect. We want to do is we want to we want to pretty much add levels. So we want to get the current worlds and the levels. So what we want to do is we want to, first of all, let me just export a type for the world. And this table, which has an image. And this is an image in just a string, actually. Or we could also just do an int or a number. But I'm going to put this. Then we want to get the name, which is a string too. We want to get the, let's see. So we have frame, worlds, leaders. Okay, we actually just need those two. That is pretty handy. That's pretty much it for the world. And we want to make the same thing for the page. Also has image and string. And this one also has a color, which is a and yeah, that's for the stage. And now we want to make those worlds. So world worlds is the table. And then I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the worlds, just the what's a default world? Grassland maybe? Grassland world. Okay, so we need to kind of change this. So we need to define ground. So in here we now have to define the image name. And yeah, grassland. And it also should stages is a keep just okay. And now that we got this set up, we'll also just this. We can. Okay. Good. So now I also want to Don't know if I can do this. Okay, no. Well, then we have pages, do, and then just these. Image name, and this or color from RGB color, and this is gonna perfect. So now this is pretty much set up, and we can add multiple stages here. One is gonna be two, and this is basically how this works. And in the next episode, we will be going over Menti in here. So we'll be able to select the worlds, select the stage, select the modes. Yeah, this is what we are going to do in the next episode. Now we have the data structure pretty much set up. Can also just set a meta table for it now. Oh, let's just do this. Result data not underscore or index is equal to. This is just a meta table, just index pretty much, and yeah, but we don't need a meta table for right now. This is just when we create something new. But yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and see you on the next one. Peace.